Hi, my name is Jeff Toth. I am the founding partner of LuxeAlly Real Estate in San Diego. Today, we're going to jump into SB9. SB9 is new state law that talks about lot splitting, and we're getting a lot of questions about that. To help us better understand what we can and cannot do and how to get there is our development advisor, Humberto Perez. So let's sit down with Humberto and jump right in.
The person who first told me about this, one of them lives in La Jolla, the other one lives in Del Mar. The one in Del Mar was saying like, well, this is not the best approach because I purchased what I purchased 20 years ago for a certain reason. And the other person was saying, well, it's good for the development. They're lenders, so, they want to lend. But at the same time, it's where they live. It's their neighborhood. They lend where they live, which is good because they understand everything. But at the same time, they both have a really good point. What does that mean for people who purchased this 10 years ago for top dollar and they want to resell? Like, what's going to happen now that you have 12 neighbors or, all this development around you? More traffic, more this, more that. Like, it's a huge impact. As far as development goes, this is as close as you can get to the dream because it's letting you do 4 units on any lot. And it's very simple. It's very straightforward. But again, each city is going to take their own approach. This is right here.
So I read that it's like the minimum lot size is 1,200 square foot that you could do this with.
Yes.
But you're saying that's not set in stone. There's so many variables that are going on. And so
let's just say that.
So what's in the variable? So let's say we're talking like somewhere in Lucadia versus somewhere in Rancho Santa Fe versus somewhere in Carlsbad. So like, give me an example of how that all goes.
Let's say the easiest way to put this into perspective is what if the lot it's a corner lot with a odd shape like a triangle. Because of the setbacks, you're not going to have enough room to do the 1,200, or at least not in a way that makes sense. It's the worst. It's going to be a nightmare for the architect and everybody else. Also, you can't go smaller than a 60-40 split. Ideally, you want to go 50-50. You want to do side by side, same size, ADUs, everything on the back. But then what happens when you have the odd shape? What are you going to do? You're going to do, 2 big houses and just 1 ADU. Is that going to make sense? Is that going to look good, first of all?
So you and I actually ran into this recently when we were on the coast. There was a lot, and that lot was around 7,000 square feet. Yep. The property itself was in the need of a lot of work, especially fixing up. How did the numbers work out? And I think it was about 2,000 square feet. But the lot made sense to actually do like 2 row homes. Yeah, you construct 2 row homes, and that sounded like a genius idea for a developer to put right there. And everything seemed to line up. But what was the catch on that deal?
You have to be in the property for 3 years.
So
the developer has to live in the house. You're going to sign an affidavit with the city stating that you will be there in the house for 3 years. Now, could that mean that the developer will give it to one of his kids and his kids are going to live there? So it's like
an end user developer is a dream deal. But if it's a developer going into the resale, that's another story. If you just want to
flip it, it's not really for you. If you really want to take advantage of this, you stay in the house for 3 years, you put, your family there for 3 years. I don't know. Like, there has to be a way that you can figure this out. There's value to this, of course, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration. And I think the biggest one would be this 3-year rule, which is staying there for 3 years. Because maybe that's not what you want. Maybe it's not, it doesn't fit your model for business.
And this, like I said, this is a moving target. Like you said. So what the rule is today may not be. I think there's some other rules coming down the pipeline too that are going to affect the ADU portion of this whole situation. And that's a whole nother contentious type
it seems like it's going to be very similar to the ADU rule, which is you can add an ADU to any house now. But little by little, they've been, adding to it. The height limit is different. The setbacks are different. It's evolving. Each city is going to take their own approach to this. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. It's ready to be used, so might as well take advantage. But you have to take into consideration the certain rules might not fit your criteria.
Got it. So if you have a specific situation, basically where you are and what you want to do, and you need more information, you can contact us at LuxeAllyRealEstate.com. That's LuxeAlly, or just give us a call, 858-630-8997. Once again, I'm Jeff Toth. And